Hello and welcome to the second part of our MHA CCG character tier list.
Hello, Ron.
Last time we got through set 5, 4 and 3, and we're going to be moving on to Crimson Rampage and the My Hero Academia set. But before that, unfortunately due to an Asmodee error, there is no pre-release in my area, but luckily I did manage to get hold of some packs. So we thought we'd open up one here and I can torment Richard with what's inside.
Yes, some kind patron picked up one from his local pre-release and sent it over. So, obviously this is going to be the packs with the chrome in that I didn't open.
Big thanks to you and to the store for
Mana Gaming
for being very understanding that there was no pre-release in my area and hooking me up with a pre-release pack because this is such a nice promo. So which one should I go with first, Richard?
Oh, you do you, buddy. You crack away.
Let's go from the back. So I got. I can't see what I'm looking at. Practical Studies, Single Spiral, Fat Grapple, Entry of the Big Three, Piercing Barrage. Yeah, I'm just gonna get Spy Friendship, Surge. Let's go to the back and then let's just go. Oh ho! Bubble Restraint. XR
Nice.
Tamaki. Yeah. Oh, that's character Tamaki. I forgot the other one. So I got Tamaki. Nice. I forgot characters went out the back, so I.
Yeah.
I thought
So the character at the back, and if you get XRs or SRs, they're behind the character. What?
Sloshed. Deku 4. Chronostasis Trigger.
I knew it. I knew one I said you would have the card I actually wanted in it. Son of a gun.
That one was behind the character card for some reason.
Yeah, the SRs always are. However much I wanted to open that pack, I did keep to my word and send it to you.
No.
I mean, we both knew that was going to happen.
We did. We got to. I got a Nedry of the Big Three XR. Which is pretty nice.
Yep.
Life Game Chaos. And Without Limits. I love the foiling on that.
Nice. Oh, is that the... Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
You were saying all weekends you're gonna pull one up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a nice one.
Remember, I think you do have to go through the commons uncommons because that's where a chrome would be if there is one.
Yeah, I'll go through it at the end. But we got Eri.
Eri's nice.
And an XR Season Brawler.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you got two XRs in there.
You got two XRs. And the
Season Brawler is a good one.
Season Brawler is absolutely nuts. I've been playing it in Evil Overhaul, and the ability to just commit it, and then as soon as they block, just go, cool, yeah, I'll draw a card. Most breaker attack blocks attacks.
Yeah, and why it's playable while committed, I'll never know.
Yeah. We got a character card, Shin. You are Rejuvenating Smash.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a stacked pack.
Yeah.
And then last one.
That's the only UR so far, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should get, in theory, like 1 to 2 in a set, but I've heard people like putting 4 in their kits.
You, Hojo. And then seal of approval. Not too bad.
No, not bad.
Let's go through the commons and commons. Ooh, confession.
Yeah. It's worth just skimming through and just seeing if you get one in there. I'm assuming it's in the uncommon slot like I think they were before.
I think so, yeah. So Night Eye. Nothing from these was unfortunate. So I'm not gonna wake up with you like looming over me tonight. Well, yeah,
not bad. Rejuvenate Smash, one of the best URs in the set.
Yeah, Rejuvenating Smash and a Chronostasis Trigger. Very nice cards to put. Not bad at all there. I cut on 2 XRs. I mean, if this would have been my pre-release pack, I'd have been very happy.
Yeah.
And I'd probably be playing the Night Eye or the Deku 4.
Depends how many Fury Punches you get right for Deku 4, but...
True, but I mean, I've got Rejuvenating Smash, which is always a good one to have.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that little indulgence away. Let's crack on into the tier list. Would you like to quickly go over the categories of the tiers before we go on to the first character?
Yeah, so this is just sort of talking about how we feel everyone's going to be sitting after set 5, sort of in a competitive level. So a lot of this is kind of our, Timmy hot takes as to where we think they're going to be. Like a lot of it's about where we think the potential might be. So some of these, we might put them in a category and they could well be, above or below, depending on how it sort of shakes out. Some of it's been based on, whether they've already had success, certainly with the older sets. So we've got the S tier is the guy, those characters that have proven success or, very, very high potential for the newer ones or, gained a lot from the new set. People you could expect, characters you can expect to see in top 16s of those big events. A's are, slightly worse, maybe a bit more inconsistent. Could easily see in that top 16, maybe put 1 or 2 copies in, that sort of thing. B's are sort of the also-rans, those one characters that could sneak into those top cuts. Maybe not quite as much potential with the new cards. They haven't gained so much. Maybe just haven't proven themselves and, just sort of there or thereabouts. C's are sort of your locals decks. They're like fun and cool, but haven't really gained a lot and not really doing a lot competitively. And D's are just your bottom of the barrel characters that just aren't necessarily interesting, aren't very good. And then we've got the final one, which is like a pet pick, which we can use, which is I love this character, and that's sort of like a highlight for each of us. We each get 1 per set we've used. As like we love this character, we love playing with it, but maybe they aren't actually as good.
No, that makes perfect sense there. And we're going to try and do this without taking into account the provisional promos and the Plus Ultra cards, because not all the Plus Ultra cards are out yet, and because we started this tier list before those cards were spoiled out there, because we didn't get to do Bubble Girl, which is I'm looking forward to doing this again and putting Bubble Girl in there. And next week we're probably going to go over the cards that were spoiled from there, as well as just generally talking about what we're going. We'll come up with something for next week, but it's probably going to be Plus Ultra cards and the provisional promos at that point, and moving on from there.
Yeah,
that's it. So starting off with Gran Torino.
So Gran Torino's, I don't think he's good, and I probably would have put him before set 5 into D. But I think he's gained a little bit, so I think he gets bumped up into C. I don't think he's great still.
The main issue is the fact that his response triggers before damage.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's good, and he's probably bottom of C.
Yeah.
But I think he has gained a little bit from this set, in that he just becomes that sort of vaguely interesting to look at again.
Yeah, with all the stuff he's getting from Kirishima 3 and Deku 4.
Yeah. There's plenty. There's now a whole lot of Furies on Void from sort of Deku 4 and Kirishima have Void. There's more Air Fury gets quite a lot. There's a lot of Air Furies now. I was looking at Air Fury All Might 3. But yeah, I think there's a lot more stuff he can do. I don't think he's necessarily great, but I think
No,
I would put him like bottom of C.
that's fair. We'll see as we go along. I still think just because on a partial block you're tied between building a card in commit or dealing half damage. If he could still deal the damage and build down, I think that'd be great. But moving on to Deku 2.
He's an A. He's had
Yeah,
success for eight. He runs that punch package as good as anyone.
and he's getting more punches now, which are gonna, and a lot
Yeah,
of them
and
have.
obviously triggers all that discard stuff from Deku 4 quite happily. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
gained a lot.
he's,
He could easily be an S, but I think I'd
a
go with
lot of the
A
new
for
attacks
now.
coming in from Deku 4 as well have speed buff on face, so it can
Yeah.
easily turn his attacks into +3/+3, which is a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah.
Bakugo 2, I think happily still sits in D.
No, actually. I think Bakugo 2's gained a lot. It's weird actually. I don't think he's in D. I think the guy has a lot of potential.
I think he's got a
Um,
lot of potential, but as a 7-hand squishy with no defensive abilities on face,
yeah,
a once per turn which gets negated by rescuing Bakugo, and
I mean, I'm not saying higher than C. I think he's better than D.
I think he's high D. He's just missing a couple of things before he gets there. But I think all other versions of Bakugo are stronger than this one.
Again, I think he's gained a lot of Fury stuff.
He's gained a lot of attacks, but +2 speed and +2 to powerful rating, where not a lot of the cards have powerful, and not a lot of them have combo. So it kind of locks you into the gigantic explosion Howl's impact line, just to keep the combo going.
Yeah, but that isn't a bad line, right? Sure. Again, I think he sort of hasn't done anything at all competitively,
No,
right? So,
I've never even seen him played at locals by anyone.
but I do think there's something there with him, and I think he could easily move up. But yeah, we can put him in D.
I think he's the high end of D. I think he's just underplayed and undertested, mainly because on his face, all of his other versions do better than him. Mei Hatsume.
May's a funny one. May's got a lot of tech from this set. May has got a lot of assets from this set, and stuff that worked with assets, right? May's obviously done nothing, and the format has never been conducive to playing it. But obviously, we're in a sort of 5-hander meta now.
That's
it's
just it.
slower.
But are we taking into account how the meta is going to change? Because I think Overhaul and Mirio and all these new and Rapper and all these new cats coming in, we might see the format start to speed up again.
Yeah, I would put her in C. Again, put her in that kind of.
I'd happily put May in a mid C sort of situation.
Yeah,
I want her to do better, and I think if she can pull off some mimicry nonsense, she can do. But 28 health 5-handers are that you get to cheat out of the 5-hand quite quickly, but it doesn't feel great going second, and that's when May's also at the more powerful because you get that box of babies right away.
Yeah, again in that kind of Gran Torino has gained a bunch. I think there's again that potential there, but someone needs to prove it.
All the new gun attacks, all these new things that should really say weapon or say tech, and I think that's given May a big boost. But I don't think it's on all these new assets. But I don't think it's enough of a boost to counteract the issues May has got.
Yeah.
Mina Ashido 2
goes into D.
Goes above Bakugo because with Echo,
probably
with Echo with card pull clog, she is very powerful. I honestly
gaining more Echo stuff obviously helps.
I think Mina is a couple of decent cards away from being competitive.
Yeah, well, the trouble is she's very kit dependent, right? And her kit's not very good. So she goes in D, and I'd even put her below Bakugo, to be honest. I think Bakugo's got more potential there than her.
With all the new face downs and the way that you can utilize acid corrosion breach with Echo is really strong, and the fact that you're able to get all your all your Echo attacks flip and then give all of your additional attacks +1 damage, and it's a health loss as well, which means it helps trigger Excited for Blood and all things along those lines.
Mm.
I think she goes above Bakugo just. I think she's closer to breaking the C barrier than Bakugo is.
So yeah, that's fine. But she gets to D.
Well, that's a disagreement.
Ochako 3.
I really love Ochako 3. Looting on face, check hack on face, and is essentially a 7-hander after you get it's a 7-hander on turn 3 if your jolt doesn't get dealt with. I really like her. I just think she hasn't gotten anything on face that makes her competitive.
No, again, I think she's sort of again. She just goes in that C category of you can play this character at locals and have fun with it, but it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's I think,
and I think that's where Shoto 2 goes as well. To be honest,
I think Shoto 3 goes up. Shoto 2 goes up to B, just because of the new freeze interactions with Blazing Icicle. And the way that you can just get that thing ridiculously fast, and then you can just cycle it every single turn.
So yeah,
because the new Blazing
Icicle. The trouble with Shoto 2 is, you just play all these attacks in him. They all look good when you give them +2/+2 and stun 2, but then you only get to do that once, and then it's like all my rest of my attacks are now just kind of embarrassing.
That's the big thing. I think he goes into B because he's a little bit more competitive than just a have fun at locals deck. But I don't think he top cuts consistently like an A. I think he can get there, and especially with the new ranged attacks, because you can play Chronostasis Trigger from Shoto. You can.
He doesn't have evil though, and
he doesn't have evil. Order.
Sure, but he doesn't have evil. And he doesn't play things from different zones, right? So why would you play Chronostasis Trigger?
Well, you can play Blazing Icicle into Glacial Crawler. If Glacial Crawler hits, you're freezing 2 foundations there. Glacial Crawler also gets +2 speed because of the stun. You can play the Shoto range package, stun them down. You can do some really nasty stuff. Just because of the class reunion cards. It's one I really wanted to try before set 5 came out, but unfortunately we didn't get class reunion until set 5 was already Miller's.
Yeah, I'm happy for B. He's probably just better than those other ones sitting in C, but yeah, that's fine.
We got Apple. We got Apple saying that Shoto 2 is an easy B.
Yeah. Stain 1. I think Stain 1's alright actually. Again, I don't think he's amazing. I'm looking at probably something like a high C, low B.
We've got
plenty of weapons.
We've got plenty of weapons. I think the main issue is with Stain is his first enhance goes in one direction of a build, and his response, if you look at like the cards on Order and on Evil, goes in a different direction. So Val Seizing doesn't have weapon, but you'd want to run it in Stain because you want to make them do those extra checks. You want to make their checks harder if they go into deadlock. You want to be check hacking your opponent, and all the cards that kind of want to let you do that, want to put hand tax on your opponent, aren't weapons.
Yeah, I think he's probably a high C, low B for Stain.
Yeah,
for Stain 1 for me.
I put above May. He's definitely got a lot of potential. I've definitely seen some great plays with him. I think his response is a lot more why people play him than the enhance. And I think a lot of people play the response wrong. I think a lot of people play the response when your opponent checks an attack. rather than going, okay, you need to check a 5 to pass this attack. You check a 5. Oh no, it's a 3. You have to fail it, and I get to live.
Yeah, you don't. You want to make it awkward for it and not give them an out. Right, go on, do the thing.
There we go. Just gonna leave it there.
I think it goes one above it.
No, I mean I don't actually have to put it in pet picks for it to go high because it's an easy A because of me.
It goes in A. That's fine. He's not an S tier.
He's not an S tier.
I mean, is he really an A though? No, he's a B. He's
an
B,
A.
Right?
I'm sorry.
No.
He has consistently top cut. He went 4-1 day 1 of the HLC.
No, he has not consistently top cut. He's got the odd top cut here and there.
Two. So the two
from one person who just plays Chaos Dabby.
In the 3 events I entered, I top cut 2 of them and I dropped out of 1 because of connection issues.
This is the very definition of a B. He can top cut, but he's not like, you're not going to expect to see him all the time. If
Deku 2 goes in A, Dabby goes in A because I've beaten Deku 2.
Deku 2 is a lot better.
How dare you?
I mean, it's just how it is. I'm afraid. Dabby 1 is a B.
I refuse to put him in. He's moving to the pet pick then because I refuse to put him in B tier with Shoto. No chance. He already gets overshadowed. By Shoto too much.
Endeavor 1.
I'd say this is a solid C.
Yeah, again, it's a C. You can do the self-mill thing.
I mean, actually...
There's a few more stuff that are doing stuff with self-mill.
Yeah, in the 5-hand meta, plus all the stuff you're now getting from Yojo, does he move to B? There's a lot of cards on Earth and on All that are going to be self-mill.
It's just like thinking about, okay, yes, he does all this cool stuff, and there's a couple of those cards that does that self-mill thing, but is it actually good? And I think without that, I'd always be tempted to put him in a D, right? As in, I look at his symbols, I look at what he does, and it's like, would I ever choose to play this guy on those symbols and do a specific thing over any other character than symbols? And I think, for me, it's a C.
See, I'm honestly thinking low B, because I do think he's got more potential now thanks to the crystallized cards coming in. He's now got access to more throws.
I don't think it's enough to make you want to play this character.
And the fact that you can consistently pick up Crystal Choke Slam when you take damage, when you take 5 more damage.
Ish. And it's like...
I'll put him top of C, but I do think he could easily slide into B.
Yeah.
Tokiyami 2, I think...
He's a D. He's not good.
If it was to your hand, not to the card pool, I'd happily move up to C, but he's a D. There was $100 bounty on him, and he still never got played.
He's not good.
Hinata Zero 2, I think, is in the same boat, but I think he's just at the top of D.
Yeah.
The twice return UKVersus Foundation Aokitsu's Foundation isn't great, but can be utilised. The Sky 1 can from Aokitsu can pull this tag gets plus 3 speed and draw 1. Speed does do some nice stuff.
It's just how he kills people. I think he's probably D, but then he might be better than that. But
it's the Toro 2 issue of how do you actually kill without 1.3 million.
Yeah.
Himoki Toga's an S. She has topped multiple events. She's topped the most recent webcam event.
Well, no. Jose topped the event. So, I mean, it's not lower than an A, right? But are they actually an S? Probably. They're probably the 7-hander.
Before set 5, I would say Toga was an S. But moving into set 5, I'm not too sure. There's a lot more life loss trigger now, which means you're going to be able to trigger that life gain in your own turn.
Yeah.
And
it's either like top of A, bottom of S. I'd be
I,
tempted to put her in S. Like they, you know, she won an RLE, right? She got the Futurist now.
yeah,
She's getting a whole bunch of evil cards.
and life.
Yeah, like I think probably an S. Like that's our Premier 7 hand at the
Like
moment.
the low end of S, but I'd say definitely out of set 2, that is definitely an S.
Yeah.
Shinzo, I think, is a solid C.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Shinzo's a C. I mean, I would have said D to be honest, but I think Shinzo you can have fun with at locals and does a cool thing.
You can do. You've done Shinzo on kicks. No, so I've done Shinzo on kicks and had a lot of fun. You've done Shinzo funny punch, which is a lot of fun. I've seen Shinzo Detroit
I mean,
smash.
he's probably bottom of C. Let's be honest.
My only issue with Shinzo is I don't think his ability he warrants the 7-hander situation. If he was a 28 health for 6-hander, I think he'd be a lot stronger.
Yeah, I almost want to put him in the top of D. To be honest, I just don't think Shinzo's very good.
I think you will have more fun playing Shinzo at locals than you will Zero 2.
Yeah.
Because you get that randomized experience when if one time you hit a foundation or you hit an attack that doesn't line up with a strategy, you're going to be having more fun going down that line than you are going to be with any of these guys.
So Shiozaki is a B, right? I think Shiozaki is very solid.
Easy B, above Shoto as well. Damage reduction on face, and we've seen her do some consistent topping as well.
No, she topped with Tim Keefe again, who could top with a slice.
I think
of bread,
didn't she get into a top 32 or top 16 previously as well?
I don't think so, but yeah, I think she's solid. There's a bunch of decent lows this set, and yeah, just her stats on face and stuff, so it's fine.
I don't want to put Minato in S. I hate Minato so
he's
much.
not getting an S.
But
I'm just thinking B. Like,
well, I think it has to be A. He has consistently topped, and I think he's with the new.
He hasn't. Not in like recent times. Like we're talking like several sets ago. Recently, he's done shit all. But I think Mineta 2 is obviously gains a lot of evil stuff, gains death stuff, gains water stuff.
I was.
But he can get momentum, and he can keep momentum to keep his defense online.
I was thinking that more along the lines of he's get more cards that are guarantee momentum, but I just had the thought of.
There's also more throw hate now, right?
Well, it's not the throw hate that makes me want to bump him back down to B. It's how much momentum hate there is now. There are there's so many cards that hate momentum.
Stopping things going to momentum, or anti-throw. Yeah, I think he's a B.
I think he's the tippy top of B. But
no. Again, he's done nothing this season. Rather has. So I think he just goes in between them currently.
Okay, I've pushed for like a lot of the C. So yeah, I'll let that. I'll let go there.
Right. This one we're probably going to have arguments about. I think Monoma just goes in D. Terrible. No. Does nothing. But lots of people love him. I don't understand it.
Monoma is great with a flexible attack lineup that can utilize other people's abilities. He's only as strong as your opponent, but you'll always have fun playing him. And that is what the C tier is for.
As an alternative, you could just play a deck, like a good deck, rather than hoping.
Okay, so the thing for me is the ability to do plays that you can do in Nova deck.
Excuse me.
So being able to go electromagnetic stomp, keep its attack the way it is, drop ranged on it, then play an amphibious ambush, put that electromagnetic stomp into your momentum, commit a foundation, pick it back up. What?
That doesn't work.
It does work.
The combo will just...
No. The combo is to add a foundation to the card pool. The enhance is to add a ranged attack to your momentum.
Yeah, but as far as I'm aware, that's looking at printed.
No. They unless it says printed, like the combo keyword does, as long as it has range, it goes in. So the enhance works, the combo doesn't. So you lose the card pool pod.
Okay, yeah.
But you add electromagnetic storm to your momentum, commit foundation, pick it back up. You've just become a 7-hander that turn for one momentum, for one foundation. You can do some wacky stuff on monomer if you know what you're playing, and if you're going up against a lot of characters, it makes it stronger. I think too many people.
He's a sideboard tier at best, right? So like maybe he goes in C for that, but like
I'm putting him C, but I'm happy to put him below Shinzo C, because you only
yeah,
have.
like if you're playing monomers like you're as a main, like I don't know
When
what
I
you're gonna
played
think.
in the Kami House events, I got to the point where I was winning all the events, so I started playing any character I thought would struggle, and I played Shinzo, I played Minato 1, and I played Monoma, and the only person that I lost that event with was with Monoma, and that's just because when you copy like Bakugo 1, there's not you're not set up for the same thing, so you will come across situations where you're just in the same situation as them. Present Mike 2 goes straight into D.
Yeah, we've got thingy now. Sonai who just does what he does sort of better effectively.
You don't like Mill, and the once per game is often just
And he's got 17 health, like
yeah.
anything will help him. Eda 3.
I'm not a fan.
No, I don't know if I don't think he gains too much in terms of EX stuff.
I like the ability to.
Again, I think he can do cool things, but again, he probably just goes into a C.
The main issue is not having stats on face and being 20 and not having any defensive ability apart from ready one cost foundation.
Yeah, I mean, readying 1 is okay, not great. But he sort of has pseudo stats on face. He has pseudo speed on face, right?
Yeah.
Because he always gets to trigger the EX. But like you need to get one first, and that's going to be tricky.
That's the key.
Honestly, he probably just goes in D. I don't think he's.
Yeah, I put me D below Bakugo, above Tokiyami because
Yeah. Tetsu is a good old B tier.
yeah, I was gonna say
Not amazing, but has had some amount of success.
Yeah.
Right, it topped the most recent RLE.
he did
So yeah, it's sort of in that Mineta Ibarra. Someone's pet deck is a Tetsu. Like, and this is sort of why I want to put Shoto in C. Right, it's one of those pet deck things, but hasn't actually done shit.
To put Tetsu like a player like when I was playing Dabby last year, a player with Tetsu who's got hundreds of games in with Tetsu is terrifying because they know they know all the interactions and what they're doing, and they know how much they can take before they go. A player who has refined their play technique with Tetsu is absolutely amazing. The biggest issue is you're essentially playing chicken with your opponent. Of are you going to trigger the down to 1? Are you going to trigger down to 1? And there's been times where I've just held off, going, I don't need to put +3 on this. I can just send it as a 7, and then you're gonna have to take it.
Yeah. Okay, I want to move Shoto 2 down to C because he hasn't done anything. And I don't think he gains enough to move him up into B.
Fine. Like, and I've already promised that Endeavour would be top of C, so. But I want it on the record that myself and Apple protest this. I think he gains. I think he gains a lot in Class Reunion, and I think he gains a lot in this set, which is going to make him very strong.
Ingenium. I think Ingenium goes at the bottom of B purely on potential, right? This is purely a speculation thing, but he has obviously gained a lot of slams now, sort of in the same way
a lot of slams are there.
Selkie.
After your attack is played against +3, and and the ability to ready up your foundations along it. The only reason I'd put him in C is the same argument as Shoto. He hasn't done anything at all ever.
Sure, but I think he gains a lot more than Shoto does from this set.
I mean, I'd argue Shoto gets a lot of range.
Okay, let's split the difference here. Let's put both Ingenium and Shoto at the bottom of B.
Fair. Okay, that's fine. I just think Shoto gains a lot thanks to Lock. With,
Okay.
Yep.
Fourth kind is the easiest S, top of S ever.
Out of set 2, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, overall, like, he's probably had the most consistent success in season 4, right?
In season 4, yeah. Overall, since the release of set 2, not
like
so much.
In the current meta as it stands, like, he is probably the top, right, in terms of performance and stuff. Like, when you take away the results of things like Ojiro, now he's gone bye-bye.
Yeah.
Just in terms of consistent top cutting, like, he won an event, right? I think that he gains a bunch of Order and Earth stuff in this set.
He got second. He got second in our league.
Yeah, Fire. It just isn't a symbol at the moment. But on those other symbols, he gains a bunch. And yeah, he's just like he's sort of one of those top dogs at the moment. Someone needs to prove why he's no longer there, kind of thing.
No, that makes sense. So, Ectoplasm, I think, just slides into D.
Yeah. Ectoplasm's bad.
People expected a bit of resurgence with like the character stuff in set 4, but nothing. Cementos.
So Cementos is interesting. Again, it's sort of in that Mei Hatsume thing where the format has slowed down and it should be a bit more friendly to him, right?
And you've got that new attack.
And Meteor Fafrotsky's is obviously going to just be sent from bajillion in him, right?
But he's not got speed buff, which is the biggest issue.
He doesn't, but like, you know, you can gain that on those symbols. Like I think Fafrotsky's got...
You can't with Cementos, because usually you're wanting everything face down by turn 3, turn 4.
No, you don't necessarily flip everything, right?
I think he's also.
I don't think there's enough for a B here, but I think he goes sort of towards the top of C.
Yeah, definitely towards the top of C. I think with it can't be fixed as well as facing danger, which allows you to unflip something, which then means you can flip it again going down. I think with on the Earth symbol and even on Void, he's gained a lot. Sniper's gained a lot of ranges. But I just don't think he has had limited success. Jacob plays Snipe, and he's had limited success. But I don't think he's out of D yet. I think he's mid D, but I don't think he's out of D yet.
No.
Genki Kaminari 2, however, I think he's due resurgence.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly does pay for echoes very easily. Except he can't do that because
he can't. Can't do it for echoes. But the ability to commit all the foundations, the ability to add 2 momentum during 1 momentum your turn, 1 momentum opponent's turn. The amount of stuff that interacts with momentum now.
Yeah, but it's mostly things like keyword abilities, right? Like, what's he actually doing with it? Like, you want to be using your EXs and your powerfuls and stuff on it. Like, honestly, I think he's a D until someone proves otherwise to me.
Would you settle for low C? Because you will have fun playing him with things like expanded capacity, refreshing slice.
Sure, put him above Monoma because
you hate Monoma.
I fucking hate Monoma.
Errated Kirishima 2, I still think goes into B.
Yeah, I mean, it top cut, right? I think Kiri 2 is still decent.
I think he goes above. I don't think he goes above Tetsu. I think
no, he goes above Shoto. I think he just goes above Shoto.
Yeah, Kai did a hell of a job getting him there, and that's showing the kind of power he had on there.
Yeah, and I think you move Mineta below him actually. Because, again, Mineta hasn't actually done anything recently.
Momo Yoyoyasu 2. Build one asset foundation with a keyword from your hand, gain 1 life. Once per turn, after you play a weapon, it gains 1 of the following keywords: break 1, flash, powerful 2, powerful less than 2. Again, this is a character you might see have a bit of resurgence to set.
Maybe again, there's some more assets to play with, but she just goes in D.
She doesn't really.
Doesn't
Yeah.
just.
Sure. I'm gonna put her above Sarah though.
It's fine. Ayama 2 goes in D. It's terrible. Just everything being mid is just.
What?
Yeah.
But does it share symbols with Funny Punch?
I don't think it does. No. I
Okay,
don't
and
think Funny
indeed it is.
Punch
If
has
it shared symbols with Funny Punch, it goes into C just for that deck alone.
No. Gunhead is terrible. We don't need to talk any more about Gunhead. He just goes into D.
But with the new throws.
No, Gunhead's just bad. I mean, okay, sure. I can't even remember what he does. Discard one attack and one throw attack from your discard pile to your hand. Commit your non-throw attack gets +3 damage on next turn. It means you got to play a mix and hope you draw the right
Yeah.
mix. No, he goes into D. It's bad.
I mean, if you played Back Alley Haymaker on it, you went your non so Back Alley Haymaker gets +3 damage, and then you chuck your next one is an overhead reversal or a reverse throw, and
Yeah, I mean, right, if you flip that and you say your non-throw attack gets +3 speed and your throw attack gets +3 damage,
yeah.
I'd be in, right? Because that's the way round you want it. You want them to not be able to block your non-throw, and then it's like, I'll just get a load of damage from my throw and I don't care if you block it.
Okay, so I play Back Alley Haymaker, first attack, check a 5. I then play Texas Smash, discard a card, +4 to my next. If I have another Texas Smash, great, play Texas Smash again. But then I get to play a throw with -3 difficulty, +3 speed, and +4 damage. And that's on 2 symbols with the all and earth symbol.
Yeah, and this has been a play line that's been possible forever, and no one's ever done it. Like, I'm off it.
I think a lot of people just don't go back and look at characters like this. I think a lot of people
No, I
read him off.
think it's just objectively terrible. I think he just goes into D.
He's been on my test list for a while, but I just keep getting distracted by new shiny cards. But yeah, I'll put him in D because I've already fought you on a lot of stuff. But I'll put him above Snipe. Selkie's actually me, as you saw in Discord. Me and Andrew.
So I don't know if you know, but that first form is a pun.
Yeah,
because he's a seal, right? And he gets to seal thing.
He's the cutest hero of them all. What are you on about? He's adorable.
So I want to put this guy in Ingenium tier, right? Again, all that slam tribal stuff.
Yeah,
I think there's potential there. They might just end up being into the C tier. But some of this is kind of banking on potential here, and I think Sulky could.
It's the fact he's now got a throw because he's not throw gated, and the fact he now has a throw, and that means that he can immediately start triggering echoes, which is absolutely insane.
I think he goes into that Ingenium end of B tier, has potential.
But I think he goes above Shoto. I think he gains so much more.
Yeah,
in the set.
I can live with that.
Uwabami does go to B. We've seen results.
Against toward the top of B, has done things. Obviously gains Stormer Blades, which I'm officially in love with. I was playing some games with it last night, and I did like attack, Stormer Blades, and then flip 2 more, like change 2 more.
Nice.
It's bonkers. Yeah, and I don't know whether she gets to play that. I've not, and this is on Moonfish, and obviously Moonfish is not good at all. But it was fun.
I think Moonfish shares Earth with Uwabami.
I think so. Yeah, I think Stormer Blade. I think Stormer Blade has Earth, right?
Must have. Imagine it's Air, Earth, Death, or Air, Earth, Evil.
No, Air, Chaos, Void.
Air, Chaos. Yeah, then that's going. You can't run it on Uwabami. Oh no, you can. You can run on Chaos. You can run on Chaos.
Yeah.
Which seems pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I was doing it under Void.
And you didn't pick a pet pick here.
No, because basically set 2's Garbo.
Yeah, it was the same with you in set 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I'm just looking through. Like, are these only characters that I actually really like? Uh, no. I mean,
Out of anything, it'd probably be Uabami because of Stormblades.
no. I've not really played Mumabami. If I'm playing Sword Blades, I've got Moonfish because it's kind of cool. Like
Shinzo, maybe.
possibly Shinzo would be my pet pick because I did enjoy playing Funny Punch Shinzo for like 5 minutes, but that's like it.
But yeah, I think the tier list here just pretty much reflects how people feel about Set 2 as well.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of those ones in B are just purely based on what we think might happen,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I
Rather
mean,
than
the top 4B are based on results in the current season. The bottom half of
yeah,
B is based on what's come in, and the same for S and A. They're based on results we've got plus what we've got coming in as well. Deku and Fourth Kind and Toga are just going to get stronger.
yeah,
And Dabby's my
yeah.
pet
So
pick just because he got me to Vegas.
yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, I'm happy with that for set two. Like I think that's
Yeah.
just none of the set two characters are good apart from those ones you see at the top.
Right. So we'll move on to set 1 now.
Yeah, so yeah, this wraps up set two. Obviously, we'll cut this in a second for the YouTube video. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. You can go off and see all the other videos, all the other sets that Brett is going to kindly put up there. So we'll do all 5 of them. So we're going to be on set 1 shortly. But do all the algorithm things, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Let us know where we've got things horribly wrong, where we've got things horribly right.
Yeah, and give us your opinion on the characters as well. Where would you like to see these characters go? Should any of them be higher, any lower? And what are your favourite characters in set 2 if you have any?
Yeah. So yes, thank you for watching. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.